I'm no one's lord. I have no desire to become one. I should be clear with you. I am not entirely without experience in these matters. Ha! Wow! What an incredibly polite way of saying that he's put it about a bit before. I mean, nowadays you just kind of say something along the lines of, yep, I shagged a few birds in my time, love. But this guy, I am not entirely without experience in these matters. Ah, what a charming man. There are women who do not care where they find their pleasures, and I have not been one to care either. My life was my quest and my revenge. I have been so focused on that goal on my lost brother that I saw nothing else. And all of that was a chase for a phantom star. If I had trusted anyone, if I had listened, I might have changed course long ago. You had your reasons. Your parents didn't deserve your trust. Wow. No, they did not, but that is not the issue at the moment. They are not the ones I wish now to believe in. There has never been, in my life, a woman who fascinates me in the way that you do. Dolores is going to see this and interrupt us again. I can see it coming already. He lifts one hand to brush aside the hair that dangles beside my face. Only the barest tip of his finger grazes my cheek, but the entire of my body... The entire of my body? Right, but the entire of my body resonates with his nearness. You know, if this is how babies are made, I'll be very disappointed. Beautiful, clever and fierce. You have been everything I could ask for, and more. Suddenly his expression turns dark. Of course, you have a prior obligation. He lowers his hands, fingers delicately reaching for a point below my chin. Right. I'm not sure I like where his fingers are going. And then, without touching me at all, he lifts the amber stone away from my neck. Oscar's necklace! Your prince gave this to you, didn't he? Yes, but... You told me yourself you would do anything to protect him. I should not have acted as I did. No, it's not what you think. That necklace, yes, it was a gift, but not... I don't need to explain the whole story to Callum. It wouldn't be fair to Oscar to expose his feelings that way. All that matters is... I don't have a lover. Damn, really? Because I kept the necklace on trying to be nice to Oscar earlier. He's now going to bite me in the arse. My obligations are to myself. I see, then. What I wish to say... Oh, God. He turns away. This is not the time. The guards away. I should go... Wow. Leaving me hanging? Ouch. Oh, I see how it is. You get a slap later on. But I won't tell you where. Yes, you should. We're not finished here. We're not finished here. Damn you. Don't go. We're not finished here. If there's something you want to say, then say it. That would not be wise. Yeah, the only person who would overhear is a couple of meaningless guards who we can lie to later. It's fine. Why not? Do you know how difficult it is to stand in this room with you alone and not touch you? Touch me, I won't break. Oh, God. We're gonna definitely have to get some senses up soon. I might. That is not a look of surprise and pleasure. That is... That... Come on, Callum's look is a face of, where did you just put your finger? Oh dear. But he stays. Step by deliberate step I approach. I lay my hand upon his chest. Please. A pain noise at the back of his throat and his mouth opens, and then he is kissing me. Our faces are merge like they're amoebas. Apart from that, there's nothing wrong. This isn't like before. This is faster, rougher. His tongue drives into my mouth, rasping over my teeth. His powerful hands close on my arms, pulling me into him. I can feel the muscles of his chest hard and tight against me. That's not the muscles of his chest, love. A few stumbling steps and there's a wall behind my back. My heart is beating so hard that I can feel it in my fingertips. I cling onto Callum's shoulders, my lips capturing his, as his thigh presses insistently between my legs. Oh God. And then with a growl he wrenches himself away. This is not the time. I'm too busy trying to catch my breath to answer with more than a look. Madeline, please, I want... His colour remains high. I know what he wants. Well, Madeline, you are sex on legs. Who wouldn't? I want more than just one afternoon. There's so much left to do. You need to talk to Cassidy. You need to climb. That fact lands between us with a cold spray. I will not risk you for a single moment. That's really my choice to make, but you're right. Not that I was intending to. I don't know what I was intending to. I'm sorry, but if you're not intending to, you wouldn't have got with it the way you did, you slag. My knees are shaking. I need to get myself under control. If I tried to scale a wall like this, I would be in trouble. After the evening meal, then. To talk, I mean. Until then. After he exits, I lean against the door with a sigh. My face is still tingling where the rough texture of his chin scraped against it. Yeah, we'll probably find he had a beard. It's what a couple of my ex-girlfriends said whenever I grow a beard. I say beard. More like mass amount of stubble. What am I doing? The things that Callum said. The things that he's done before. With other women? Does he think that I have? Do I want him to think that? Probably not. He's the kind of guy who likes sweet innocent girls. Bet you anything. He respects me as a thinker and a fighter, a person like himself. And what woman doesn't want to seem wise and all-knowing? I close my eyes and take a deep breath. I have to put this aside for now. I will be calm. I am calm. Whatever is building between us will have to wait for another time. I can only hope that by then I will have made a firm decision. My priority now is to prepare myself. I must wait and be ready, so that after the guards deliver my food, I can make my exit. Damn. And it turns out there are more chapters than 5 as well. Who'd have knew it? Although I thought the last chapter was chapter 3A. Ah, what do I fucking know? The last rays of sun find me perched precariously upon the wall, inching my way from stone to stone. I ate only sparingly of my evening meal, so that the food would not weigh me down. A full belly can dull the reflexes as badly as hunger pangs. However, no prisoner making a desperate break for freedom would leave behind supplies. If the guards do feel the need to peer inside the trap, that should dissuade suspicion. What? Right, whatever. With the protection of both Callum and Cassidy, I should not be any great danger even if my wanderings are noticed. Oh, I do apologise. Assuming, of course, that I am not walking into a trap, should anyone desire an excuse to have me executed, catching me breaking into the rooms of a member of the royal family would be an excellent choice. If I distract myself too much with possibilities, I won't need betrayal to bring me to a painful end. One handhold at a time. With Callum's directions in mind, I find the proper window easily enough. A quiet knock. Well, I thought there'd be more drama than that. It's like, lol, you're here, have fun. A quiet knock followed by his coded response, and I know that it's safe to enter. Oh, hello, it's very nice. Madeline! She rushes up and seizes my hands enthusiastically, smiling like a puppy that's just been giving a treat. It's so good to see that you're alright. It is a pleasure to see you again as well, Your Highness. There's no reason to be formal, not after the way my family's treated you. Yes, damn them. It's simply terrible. I can't imagine why they would ever do such a thing. They should have been grateful to you. Ha! As if. But everything's alright now, isn't it? I told them to take care of you. Well, they're certainly treating with more care than they were before. Yes. And I shall kill them at some point, I imagine. I shall smite them. Yes, smiting. Ah! But I couldn't say that everything is alright. What's the matter? Is there something you need? As long as the story still stands that I betrayed my prince, I will be in trouble when we return to Wales. Well, that's simple enough. Stay here longer. Why would anyone want to go to Wales anyway? Willingly as well. Oh, not even the Welsh like Wales. No, I do see your problem. I'll have to think about that. For my part, I would be happy to have your company here for any length of time. The rest of my life, thank you. Yours and Oscar's both. If... well, I suppose he doesn't want to see me anymore. Why would you think that? I want to encourage her to be interested in Oscar. It's a good sign that she seems concerned, but it won't help if some problem is developing between them. Wow, even though like a person she nearly shagged earlier is in the same room as her, she still cares about getting Oscar laid as well. See, that is a true wingman. Oh dear. Right, because he doesn't? I mean, he hasn't. I haven't even seen him since... Oh, that's a relief. Not a real problem, just a lack of reassurances. My lady, you have been under guard. That is enough to discourage most visitors. Even your brother needed a bit of luck to reach you, didn't he? The guards only keep out those who I don't tell to let in. But would Oscar know that? After everything that's happened and seeing me thrown into the dungeon for no reason, of course he would be cautious. He's probably fucked off by now, to be fair. There's that as well. I failed you. He might be angry. Fuck, you know, we got like an emo teenager on our hands here. She'll just find any reason to complain and have a go at herself. It's fine, really. We don't really hold you accountable for it. That part is true to some extent. Oscar did say that he had no desire to remain in Guelinor after such treachery, but it wasn't your fault. You didn't order any of this. And now that you know, you're trying to set it right. If the next thing you say is that you're overweight, I'm quitting. All you have to do is tell him that. My prince could never remain angry with a kind and generous young woman such as yourself. Oh, get out. Oh, now you're flattering me. If we've reached the pleasantries, it must be time to rejoin the others. I know that Callum will be happy to see you. Oh, God. Ehehe. That is... So much for being a woman of wit. Ehehe. Sound like a fucking Teletubby. What has he told her about me? Cassidy takes me by the hand and guides me through Callum's quarters. Just ask. While he spoke of being largely neglected by his parents, his rooms appear well appointed. A scattering of mysterious parchment scribblings and metal wrangles speak to his hobby of clockworks. Books as well, though there is no way to tell if they are considered his personal possessions or the castle's. Probably the castle's. And then the man himself. You know what, seeing Dolores and Cassidy in the same room only makes me provide my theory even further. No difficulties then. Nothing I couldn't handle. Naturally. Oh, God. Look at those two. Dolores scoffs. Well, we are all together again. I think we have many things to talk about. Snark Dolores deferred to Cassidy. I think anything... snarking isn't really smiting, is it? So... you know what, we'll defer to Cassidy. Because if we're going to do anything to Dolores, we're going to smite her, not snark. I think you should have seen. I've seen little of what's been happening. Well, we've all done things for complicated reasons. Sometimes the actions that we take don't have the consequences that we intended. If I can forgive my brother for the confusion and the harm that he caused, and forgive my parents for the damage they've done to us both in order to keep you safe, then I can forgive Dolores as well. I can't at all, for sure. After all, she did try to protect me. Kidnapping you was not an unintended consequence. No, but hurting me wasn't what she wanted, was it, Dolores? I get no kicks for that. I should have read the sentence before properly. And that way we could have smited her. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going back and snarking at Dolores. Fuck it. I'm gonna be right back. And hello again. So, we're going to snark at Dolores. Like why she's still drawing breath? I did say, when we get the chance, we shall smite her. Hey! It is a valid question. Sometimes the actions that we take don't have the consequences that we intended. If I can forgive my... Yes, blah 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 blah, we've read this. Yep. Done. Done. There. She wanted money, nothing more. There's nothing noble in stealing from your betters. Betters? Ha! Sure, I'm nothing noble. I've got no family. I'm a dog from the streets. You are. That doesn't make anyone here better than me. No, it does, but more important. You learn that when you're middle class. She jabs a finger in my direction with a gesture that's almost vulgar. You wanted to know how I could possibly betray my masters who'd done so much for me? That's exactly why. All I've heard since I've been here is how grateful I ought to be. Grateful for carrying the slops of my betters while they laugh. You're a page, not a chambermaid. That's the gist of it. I'm not good enough to do it for a page's duties. Well, it's true, a page is usually a child from a noble family, or a gentle household of money and status. Dolores doesn't have the education or the manners. I'm surprised she's even literate, although she must have been in order to leave Callum a note for after kidnapping Cassidy. And if she lacks the skills of a page, the master of squires would never have allowed her to advance. Back in those days, fucking barely anyone could write. Well, maybe a few more. Actually, I don't know what year this is supposed to be set in. You know what, we'll just kind of say that she can write, and it was quite normal back in their days. So they assigned you to lesser tasks, things that you think you should be better than. Oh, you fucking hypocrite. No! I'd have been better off if I were a chambermaid. You must have been very lonely. That seems to freeze her in her tracks. Dolores opens her mouth and hangs her head and says nothing. Smite her! Stick a grenade in. None of this explains our father's actions. A street orphan assigned as a page. A known traitor promoted to royal service rather than punished as she deserves. I keep telling you, I don't know anything. Come on. I mean, if you guys aren't getting it by now, I'll be amazed. Father said that it was a matter of family honour, that a wrong had been done in the past and we had to make it right. That's why they refused to see Dolores punished. They don't wish to do her more harm. What harm could the crown of Guelenor have done to you? Bringing me to the palace in the first place? Let's just smite her. Quickly, come on Callum, you grab her legs, I'll chop her neck. I don't believe they see you that way. They were trying to help you. Help me? It's ridiculous. Maybe it has something to do with your parents. I don't have parents. You didn't fall out of a gooseberry bush. Perhaps your parents died in some way that the royal family feels responsible for. Or the royal family are your parents. Get with the times, Madeline. You're millions of miles behind. Me and every other dog in the kingdom. There is another possibility. Your parentage is unknown to you, not necessarily to others. So what? For my royal father to react so swiftly with lies and misdirection, even threatening a foreign prince and his entourage. He's protecting you as if you were his own daughter. Did he have an affair? Ooh, hello. Silence falls. Even a bastard daughter would be worth more to him than another son. A king's daughter? It wouldn't make any difference. It's your mother that you'd inherit from. Inherit? Don't you see what this means? We could be sisters. Oh god. No, we couldn't. Even if we shared blood, and that's an if, it wouldn't make me kin to you. As it stands, there's no reason to believe that it's true. It would make a certain degree of sense. Rather than raising some nameless orphan from the streets, the king would be acting to preserve his own blood. If the mother were common, anything more than the high servant's position for the child would be inappropriate. And of course, he would not wish to see her executed, so he would act to protect at my expense. And yet, if Dolores is King Croatia's daughter, and he knows it, why was she abandoned to an orphanage to begin with? The matter could have been more easily handled while she was an infant. Right, we're going to smite her, sod this.